Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy. Oh, you know what time it is, baby. Another week down. We're back.
Yep, almost Halloween.
Yeah. Feeling a little down now. We went down to Tucson last week. My boys got,
Tucson, too late.
yeah.
Or you country fans.
It was too late. They got fucking hammered down there. Oh, gosh. Woo.
Stop.
And we got more in
Hammer time.
Tucson there. It was bad, bro. It was bad. But the wings.
Okay, so yeah, let me say this. So what's it? Straps and Jacks or whatever. It's
Laps and racks, baby.
strip club in Tucson.
It's in a strip mall.
It's a strip mall. Yeah, I mean the parking kind of sucks, but the
Did
wings.
you give it a 4-star or 3-star?
Nah.
The parking is terrible.
He wasn't bullshitting though, because these wings. So if you ever had my mama's chicken, it's like my mama's chicken and a fucking chicken wing. Bro, the shit was so crispy, like you said, the meat was so juicy inside. So we all had. It was 4 of us, so we all had like different flavors. You know, just kind of try something different. I was gonna get the Parmesan, but I was like, yeah, let me try, try some whatever. And he had the Parmesan wings, like you said,
Garlic Parmesan.
garlic Parmesan. Fucking.
There's not a better wing. I put that up against any wing.
No, for real. I ain't gonna lie. That shit will go toe to toe
I'm gonna have to-
with anything.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go check them out. Obviously, I've been saying that.
Right.
And then again, everybody gotta go check out if they can. Again, if they can replicate. I was almost gonna get wings again at the Hub. Hub Sauceman. I'm being specific, and the same style I got them just to see, because if they could replicate them, the ones I had the week before that I was talking about, man, then we might have a battle.
Gotcha.
And then let's
It's gotta be consistent. I just know the one time I had that, he's been raving about him.
Yeah.
I went down there. I was like, let me see. Because I would have came on the show and clown. You know what time it is.
He was ready to.
Yeah.
He took the first bite. And he's like, "Damn.
Yeah.
All right, you were right."
Yeah, you were right. That
I'll tell
shit
you
was
this too.
really good, bro.
Wings is kind of like almost like a UFC fighter. They have the title for a while and then they get knocked the fuck out. And then it's like they used to talk about how they used to be good. Like Chuck Liddell used to be able to fight in 2004. Like, remember when native wings were the shit? And it's like that, the fight game and the wing game have developed since like 2004.
No, back in the day, the fucking native wings were fire, bro.
No, yeah.
I mean, when
I just get a good native wing every now and again.
Let me just say, I'm new here and I wasn't even a big wings guy when I got here.
Right.
I'm still not, but I appreciate a good wing though. And it's funny, I heard native more for the price, I think. I used to hear long wongs. People used to brag about long wongs. And then what's the other one? Obviously Zips, probably a lot with Mike.
Yeah.
I still think Zips, the honey mediums are money. I used to hear Hooters. Maybe it wasn't for wings.
Really?
Yeah. That was also
I never
Mike.
liked Tudor's wings.
I
I will say native. I mean, on Tuesdays they have 59-cent wings. So
Oh, it's down to 59 cents. Huh? Yeah. That shit used to be 50-cent wings all the time.
Tuesday 59-cent wings.
And then let's see. Obviously, for a little while, Uncle Bear's had a good run.
Yeah. I mean,
Toss and retoss, sauce, retoss.
ATL wings.
ATL wings had a good run for a second. I feel like all them motherfuckers fell off. That's just my opinion.
No, for sure. But I mean, here's the thing. What I knew was going to be, well, at least halfway decent was we walked in there and the place is packed.
Okay, yeah.
So
It was on happy hour too.
yeah. I mean, granted, it was happy hour. Oh yeah, what was it? $3 beers or some shit like that. Yeah. And these beers weren't fucking small. They were bigger than these damn cups. You know what I'm saying?
And they come in like that tin cup.
10 cups. It was nice, but $3. They had Barrio Blonde. I had a couple of those. But it was, like I said, man, I was very impressed by the wings. I definitely go back. If you order a side of fries, a fucking basket of fries come huge as fuck. So Nick wasn't bullshit on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up for Strix and Ricks or whatever it's called.
Flaps and racks, baby. Flaps.
it wasn't like it wasn't like his Gilbert call. So that's why I was kind of like Gilbert Pizza, but he was right on the money on this one.
Gilbert Pizza the shit too. You just don't know.
Trust me, I co-sign on shit that is fire. So all right. And that shit is not fire. It should be thrown in the fire.
Yeah, whatever. I gotta say, I'm a little strict on Gilbert, but they've been cranking it out lately.
Oh, lately, huh?
But I go back and forth. But like I said, the key to Gilbert Pizza, in my opinion, is get there 11:30 and order a pie. Try and have it there, or at least let it cook when you bring it.
Do they have them by the slice?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? With some more Fernie, What I gotta do for play golf in the morning? Oh, like, you know what? I'm gonna slip by there.
We can meet by this weekend. Just go for lunch one day.
Let's go. Oh, all right. I tell you what. All right. Listen, I'm gonna give this spot one more shot.
Hey, you gobbled it up. When
One
it's
more
your house.
shot, okay? All right, look. This is what we're gonna do. Saturday. What are you doing on Saturday?
Well, it depends. I'm sure there's some Halloween parties that night, but
No, I'm talking about during the day.
Yeah, like lunch.
yeah, I'm probably around.
All right. Let's figure out a time. We're gonna all meet over there. All right. We're gonna order a slice,
Okay.
and then we're gonna give our honest opinion right there on the spot. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it on the show.
You're from down?
Hey, you better tell them we're in the game because they about to get fucked up. I might even go on Yelp and leave a review if they fucked up with this one.
Their pizza's always good, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. You just want to crack sometimes.
Whatever. But we'll be over there.
Hey, but we got to put everything in perspective. I see Paul as a 50-50 person. Sometimes I definitely agree with his taste and stuff. Like Ocean's 44. Although I got a story in a second, but I don't think Ocean's 44 steaks are better than Steak 44, even though they're the same owner. They're the same owners.
No, bro.
Hey,
And
the other one?
Listen, I've taken. Listen, here's the thing. I've taken 3 people
Yeah.
to either place, and they've said the exact same thing. Like I've taken my oldest daughter on her birthday to steak.
I get
and
it.
I've taken her.
I've done the same thing.
and they were is not even comparable.
I've done the same thing. Went with Lambert and Sethi,
Yeah.
and we had steaks over at Ocean's 44, and they weren't impressive at all. So I mean, again, I don't know what And my boys at the gym, I wouldn't dog that.
Yeah.
I would go there for the seafood. I mean, personally, but I mean, technically, it should be the same thing.
It should be.
the same thing.
It should be, but I'm telling you, you know what's the same thing? I can tell you what they don't miss on is the bang bang shrimp. The bang bang shrimp that you get, it's the same. That's
Bang,
the same. And that shit's fire. I'll go in there and have a glass of wine.
But we have to put this in perspective, regardless of how people feel.
Okay.
Paul has on 2 places has been on record saying that Domino's Pizza is better than Pizzeria Bianco.
And he's
Oh yeah. I'll be on record and say that.
he also said Burger King was better than
Chuck
Chuck
Box.
Yep. I will say that too. Bro, checkbox is fucking nasty, man. That shit was. We all went in there. I was like, "What the fuck is this?
Put this
is
in
this even
perspective.
edible?"
Put this.
Oh, I love burgers. Anybody knows me. I love fucking burgers, right? Absolutely love burgers to death. That was absolutely one of the worst burgers I've ever had in my life. It was terrible. Terrible. I'm like, what are y'all fucking tasting right now? That shit was awful.
delicious.
Hey, again, just put that in perspective.
Yeah, hey,
Burger
listen.
King's better than Chuck Box.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Domino's Pizza. Domino's better than Pizzeria Bianco.
Bro, I love fucking pizza. But when I got there, I couldn't even fucking finish I go, what is this shit? They try to get gourmet with the motherfucker. Pizza, don't go get fucking cute with pizza, bro. Make that shit good.
Hey, we gotta have a food
Bianco,
critique
that
show where we just have all like the meals laid out and we just taste them and blind react on them.
That's what we should do. Yeah, blind taste test.
Blind
You be
taste test.
Blind test. You're like, what is this shit? Yeah, that's a piece of Bianco
Hey,
bullshit.
I'm gonna bring Chuck Box.
Well, first of all, you ain't going to be able to get the pizza because it's still a 3-hour wait for it. So
How did we get in there one time though?
we drank next door for 2.5 hours.
Is that what we did?
And so maybe the palate.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Maybe my palate was fucked up after some alcohol. It should have tasted better.
I put this way, we were at the,
Fucking,
we were at the
listen, if Joe's pizza tastes fucking delicious at 2 a.m. after fucking
alcohol, well, yeah, it tastes better.
then that shit should have tasted
So did all
aggressive.
potato pizzas, because I never had that potato pizza sober, and I brag about that potato pizza.
Yeah,
that was one of the best pizzas ever. Remember slices potato pizza?
I
That's
don't know.
amazing.
Hey, listen, I can't tell you, non-sober if that was not inebriated, if that pizza was good or not. I agree with you on that, but I can tell you, fucking for a fact, drunk or not, that Bianco was fucking trash. Anyway, all right, let's get into this.
Nobody ever waited in line in the last 30 years for Domino's.
Listen, bullshit. I go out there all the time.
I wait in line all the time.
Get on it Friday and Saturday, I see that shit out the fucking door, motherfuckers.
I'm the 10th person.
That and Little Caesars too. Little Caesars better that shit too. Anyway, let's get going, man. All right, man. How was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was cool, man. It's been kind of just casual, especially now the weather's kind of weather's been nice. Yeah, so a little patio action with the moose, sipping drinks, smoking cigars.
Okay.
I got Chris now. I got her puffing a couple like acids now, a little acid,
Yeah.
acid blues,
Yeah.
whatever. So she likes that. So now just chilling. Trying to think as far as nothing too exciting other than just some happy hour, patio smoking cigars, and then let's see. I want to say and then actually on Sunday, obviously my godson was in town, graduated.
Clap it up for Markel.
Yep. Shout out Markel Johnson. My godson graduated Grand Canyon University with his master's.
There you go.
So again, he had his, he got his degree from UC Davis, which is a hard school, to not only to get accepted. People get accepted in Cal Berkeley, it's on the lines of Stanford, Cal Poly, different things like that. Mm-hmm. And then, took it, got his degree, his master's at, Grand Canyon. So, definitely a, proud and special occasion. So I wanted to do something a little special. So we took him out.
The PCB.
No, I didn't take him to PCB. Took him to Burger King, courtesy of Paul Shields.
Hey, you can supersize it.
He's got the quad stacker.
You can king size it.
You got the quad stacker.
Quad stack. Hey, I just want to say this. I remember back in the day, Paul was all about the fucking stacker.
That's it.
I got the quad stacker. It's the best burger out there.
That's it.
Hey, Paul's top two of all time is Mountain Rushmore of two burgers is the quad stacker and the Baconator.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the Baconator was good before Wendy.
Before the money came in.
Hey, before Dave died.
Before Ocean's 44, it was the Baconator.
Before Dave died, that shit was smack. That shit was smacking.
Do you think Dave went to Diddy parties?
Dave from Wendy's?
That motherfucker might have been.
Wendy might have been there, but I don't know about Dave.
I don't know. I didn't think Dave was there. He might have been on Epstein Island or some shit.
But yeah. So no, we took. I was trying to figure out a spot, and Markel wanted a steak. So again, speaking to our conversation, took him to Steak 44.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
there you go. All right.
Steak 44.
All right.
I had the 18-ounce bone-in fillet.
Oh shit. Okay.
He had like a 12-ounce bone-in fillet. I think I don't know what Chris was thinking, but you got the beet salad.
Okay.
And then we got some crab. We got this crab appetizer, which was amazing. And then the one thing they do that's like they have this. I definitely try it. I think they have it over at Oceans too. But the corn brulee, corn brulee.
Oh yeah. We had that.
The corn brulee. Yeah.
It's the corn and they crisp the stuff over the top.
Oh shit! Yeah. That shit fire.
That's one of the best dishes anywhere. That like there's certain dishes that are special. Like for example, City Hall's lobster mash. Lobster mash.
Oh my god.
Barcelona's back in the day. Was it lobster mash for them or was it lobster mac and cheese? I can't remember what it is.
Lobster mac.
Yeah, for mac for them or something. And then these guys, their corn brulee. That's just amazing. And then so it was cool. And then got a cool little bottle of wine. Nothing crazy, but what's cool on the affordability tip. I'm a big Pinot Noir person, and Camus has a Pinot Noir. And I want to say it was like $45 for the bottle at
Really?
Yeah. I mean it was Camus Suncoast or whatever.
Okay.
It was amazing to me. I love the flavor. So so you want everybody want to sneak on a Pinot Noir. Yeah, I think you get a total wine for $20-something bucks, like $25.
There you go.
But you want to go, like to a spot
So you like a light body one.
Yeah, I mean don't get me wrong. I'm a Camus guy, like for like the reds.
Yeah.
But I can definitely go for a light and just a chill. Something goes good. The reds go good with a steak. And for just the just the price on it, I wasn't worried. It was his graduation. We were gonna do whatever, but we were just chilling, sipping wine, pair it with the steak. It was really freaking good. And then it's also a sensible purchase too. On the economic side, regardless if you got it or not.
Right.
Because here's the thing, like there's so many times we go to these places and we're like, oh, I'll get my vodka. Would you like a double? Next, that's a $35 double, and you're gonna have probably 3 of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
so
you're like $100 into these drinks that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Compared to your chilling.
Volume with the bottle.
Yeah, and it was good.
At $45 and a fucking steak 44 is fucking like a robbery.
No, without a doubt. And so I was like, man, let's definitely get a bottle of this for sure. And again, so it's not always about just I mean, again, get what you like. We all work hard, play hard and stuff. But sometimes so it feels good to get these deals or to make the right, to make a conscious decision on something that's good. That's good. If you could save money here or there, and it makes sense, that's like the best feeling in the world. I got this, and it was only this. I never lost that about me. Growing up in Vallejo, it was like, we used to love the deal, I'm not the type of person. I paid full retail and then some. And then, I'm like, it's like.
I can't remember the last time I paid full retail for anything.
Goodwill's not full retail.
Goodwill's still retail, bro.
I'll just play it.
Goodwill.
And I'm not knocking because hey, you can. I mean, shout out to Mecklenburg. You can thrift shop over there.
You know, the weird thing is like the young generation now, they're big into like thrifting and like the young
my daughter.
my ex's cousin came into town or her nephew or something. And all they want to do is go thrift shopping. We took them to like 3 Goodwills. They're like, look at this shirt, look at this. I'm gonna resell it and make. And I was just like, really? Like it was pretty crazy. So
Cool. I'm glad they did. Because it's so over sensationalized, the materialism and all the stuff you don't really need. So I mean, at least if they got a hobby that's thrifting or vintage or whatever, it's pretty. I mean, I've always been I've been in the clothing game for a while, so it's that's definitely one of the pluses of the new stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. So that was it. And the last thing I'm going to add is that so I was telling you guys in the green room that I got this video. Our boy Ken sent it to me, and it was of a spaghetti pie. I don't know if anybody's ever had spaghetti pie, but I can tell you this: as much as my foodie ass goes out, I've only had spaghetti pie once, and I heard about it before I even had it or even knew the restaurant had it. I'm watching the Guy Fieri show, and he's actually got one of my boys on La Piazza. Shout out Justin, who's now with What Up Doe in LA. So I still got to go out there. I thought I would get out there sooner, but I got to check out that out in Burbank. Maybe we make a road trip, check it out, because I do think he has the best pies in the country. That's me, personally. Especially anybody that can get down on 4 different styles, at once. Especially that Roman pie, though. But either way, so I go visit after watching the Guy Fieri show, and he makes a spaghetti pie, and Guy Fieri goes, "What the hell is this spaghetti pie? This is amazing," whatever. And so we go get it, and Nick, I think it was you. I had it with you.
Yeah.
So we ordered it, and it literally is like a slice of pie, or this one was square, but
it was like lasagna.
Yeah, lasagna, but it was made with with spaghetti. So I mean, it's like all the spaghetti stood in place and made it like a pie, and a cake or a pie or whatever. And you cut into it, and it was one of the best pastas I'd ever had. And so, at La Piazza. And maybe I was so just blown away by the fact that the texture, and you could pull that off. Now, he doesn't even have it, even when we used to go, it was either out or he didn't make it all the time. It was a special occasion. So that just goes to show you how rare. And, you've only had it once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Or how about in general?
I've seen it one other place,
But definitely
in New York at an Italian restaurant. But but you don't see it anywhere.
But like I talk to people and nobody's had it.
Yeah.
Like out of my other people I know, they're like, "What? What are you even talking about?" So it's not something that's just run of the mill, And so anyway, she looked at the Instagram video and she goes, "I'm gonna try that." I was like, "What? Okay." And I have faith in everything she does. Like truthfully, it's crazy. This girl surprised me so much from when we started dating. She goes, "Oh, I don't really cook. I just do hard-boiled eggs and cottage cheese and different shit like this, and she does a lot, and she just every single thing she's been doing, she's been knocking out the park lately. And then I've been adding a little flair to it, like she did real quickly. She also did French toast for the first time.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about that.
Okay, and my question. Okay, so wait.
No, it's not eggy.
Okay, that's all. That's my main question.
No, I know.
Because I don't like egg, right? I don't fuck with egg. I don't eat eggs and shit. But I can eat it if I can't taste it. Let me tell you. But French toast is one of them things where
knocked the French toast out the park, and then I figured something else out of some of my favorite places. I don't even know if I want to give the secrets up because my brain works a different way. But now that she's the one,
you gatekeeping, motherfucker.
And so I'll just tell you this: brioche or Texas toast. You know what I mean? Like got the right ingredients. Then throw the layer of what's it called, powdered sugar, and then you got to have that natural syrup. Don't get the cheap shit. You know what I mean? You got to get that $15 bottle, $10 bottle natural syrup to set it off.
So so I can't get the
log cabin, Aunt Jemima.
No, I can't rock that.
No, not the Mrs. Butterworth in the plastic bottle.
I just had a great idea because I've sampled both of your ladies' cooking, and I have to say, that they everything I've tasted knocked out of the park.
Okay.
I think we need to have those two have a cook-off.
Hey,
have your girl do some like fried chicken or something. Mitch, have your girl do the spaghetti pie or.
Hey, here's the thing: we all win in the end.
And then we all reap the benefits.
Yeah, exactly. It was a tie. Let's do it again. let's do it again. Let's taste. So real quick, jumping around. But so she knocked out the French toast, and it was one of my favorite French toasts. I'm not trying to oversell this. I'm really not. And if people see my Instagram, everybody sees me. Damn, you've been posting a lot of meals at home lately. Like I've been eating at home most of the time except for on the weekend. Weekends kind of
probably been saving fucking money.
No, definitely. But that's the other thing too.
I mean, you get fresh ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, healthy is healthier for you.
Oh no, definitely. Now we do.
I mean, granted, we do got the steroids and the beef, no matter what.
No, without a doubt. I mean,
But still,
but it's not
freshly cooked.
Yeah, and you take a level of process, people not fucking with it, whatever else.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, it's been amazing. But so she killed that French toast, and I figured out something to take it to the next level. I'll talk about it next time once we accomplish it. And so then the chef, she just on her own goes, I want to make this spaghetti pie, and I'm like, man, I got faith in it, but I've never seen anybody make it, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And she just starts sitting there learning it, looking around, whatever. And then she goes, hey, should I make spaghetti pie tonight? And I'm thinking for some reason, my brain's like, oh, maybe we should put it off a couple weeks. Like, train and get ready. You know what I mean? And then, so I could do it tonight. And all of a sudden, I'm getting ready, whatever. Come back out, go out the shower. Okay, it's all ready. I was like, what the hell? Like, she pulled it off. And I never doubted it, but I just never seen the shit.
Right.
And
How long did it take her?
It was probably like, I don't know, maybe like hour, hour and a half. I mean, but I figured one thing out. I'm going to keep game because I looked at it because my whole concern is how does the pie stay together,
Yeah.
whatever else. And I remember from La Piazza, it seemed like he almost served it cold and heated it up for us. Yeah. Okay, so I go, Chris, because we made two of them, right? We made two little trays.
Yep.
And Ken actually had it, and him and this girl he talked to, and they were like, it's amazing. Finished the whole thing, whatever. I go, you know what? We'll take it to the next level. Bake it, put it in the fridge overnight. Let the flavor settle.
Yeah.
And then let the texture, like everything, like crisp.
Gotcha.
And then
then
bring it
together?
back out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then reheat it and cut it.
Gotcha.
And that's exactly like
That's what it was?
The next day, like it pied up. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It would be like, okay, so no fault, but like you've had lasagna, right? You get beautiful lasagna.
Yeah.
And you start cutting it, and it's not going to stick together.
It falls apart.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, right? And it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
This was better than that, but it reminded me of lasagna. Because you cut lasagna, and you're like, okay, here's this piece, and you're ready to flip it, and half of the shit
half falls.
Yeah. But
You know what I forgot, Mitch? I actually made spaghetti pie one time after I had it at Piazza for a family function one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I didn't because I kind of rushed it. It wasn't like it was. First of all, I made enough for like 25 people, so it was a big, huge tray, and it wasn't like as compact and like stuck together as like what Piazza or which I saw your girls did like. So.
But yeah, so that was it. But I was thoroughly impressed. I think she's got a winner there, and then I wanted to take it to the next level. We're already talking about flipping it and doing something nobody else has done that I've ever heard of. So you got this spaghetti pie that's almost like a lasagna, right? Let's flip it and do like a chicken pesto one. Let's flip it and do she wants to do a veggie one. I don't care about that, whatever. But then and then like just try and like do about 3 or 4 different styles to it, stuff that's not out there, and that would be like maybe a buffalo chicken, ranch. I mean, like just different shit like that. Yeah, we could, we'll have to do a lot of testing, but that'll be fun,
Okay.
So there's a good, and on this with it's a good reason we get up in the morning now and go walk in like it's 6:37, and then go to the gym at lunch every single day because they're eating like this shit. So that was my weekend.
There you go. Nick.
Yeah.
I was with you for a little bit of this, but
Weekend.
Yeah.
Went down to Tucson.
Yeah, we did.
Tucson. We watched the Dud.
Yeah.
We watched the Dud.
I don't know what's wrong with my boys, man. Even though everybody and their mother hurt down there, but still, they're playing like shit right now.
I think they're too busy hitting the clubs in Tucson.
Yeah, that's what who is that? The Uber driver.
Strips and dicks or whatever the place is.
Yeah,
the racks.
The Uber driver said they down there every night getting fucked up. So the NIL money is fucking starting to wear on them or some shit. Fuck, man.
But yeah, I mean, I was still not feeling great when we went down there, but it was pretty dope that we went to downtown and hit a couple of spots down there. We hung out at a place called Playhouse.
Yeah, Playhouse was dope,
and it's got like a rooftop bar with the DJ.
Been there before,
and it's like all dancing. It's just a dope atmosphere, and the weather was nice.
Yep.
We just hung out up there for a while, and I mean, Tucson's cool. I like Tucson. The day of the game, Paul hooked us up with some passes to the tailgate.
Yep.
So we went on the tailgate. They had like food. Hey, the tacos at the tailgate. I don't know where they got them from. They were fucking bomb.
The fucking cookies that they had. It was the cinnamon cookies. Oh my
The
God.
tailgate was normal tailgate. They do like burgers and dogs. They had like a catering or a food company. They did chicken and beef tacos, like shredded beef, shredded chicken, and the beef was like so flavorful. I was like, damn.
And the corn and
then
rice.
they did beans and rice, and then they did like the elote corn. Oh man, it was so good.
That shit was fun.
And then they had these 2 different desserts. They had these one like little cakey things, and then these cookies. And I asked the lady, I was like, "Can I get one of each?" She's like, "You can only choose one."
Yeah.
So I chose the one, and it was okay. It was kind of dry. And then Paul's over here raving about how great the cookies are. I'm like, that's why I want to try each of them.
Why don't you just ask for it? I would have grabbed you one. Like I grabbed like 3 of them myself. I was like, give me them
I think
cookies.
she looked at me and like, this guy's not an alumni.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I was like, man, say something.
Tell her I worked on the computers.
Well, fuck, he does work on the computer down there, down in the police station and shit like that. He probably had half the fucking Social Security numbers and shit floating around in Nick's database. Nah, that's not me, I swear. I ain't sell that shit on the dark web. Well, anyway, that shit's wild now. But no, I had to interject it. But the weekend one, other than the game, we had a good ass weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Chuck came down with us.
My boy Chuck came. He was a little wild.
That motherfucker is wild as I'm outside, bro.
He had a good time.
Yeah, he's funny as shit, though.
Yeah.
So what's up to Chuck? Oh, shout out to Sheena. She graduated from GCU, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sheena.
Sheena.
Yeah. So she graduated that same night.
Okay, wow.
As Markel, just earlier in the day.
Okay, wow.
So, yeah, I saw that. So I wanted to give her a little shout out. I saw that on there.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. What y'all got today? What y'all got going on today? Huh?
Nothing. Just I know this much. The weather's so nice. I love riding the bike out here. It's for my 30-minute drive over here.
I know you're gonna start doing that now, huh?
Oh hell yeah! Especially with this weather.
All right. Well, let's just touch on a little bit. I know we're in the political scene right now, and fucking we're getting bombarded. We can't watch fucking TV, radio, anywhere without fucking hearing a political ad every fucking 5 minutes. But it's funny. We were talking about stuff about the show, and it was funny as hell. You had text, not even 30 seconds of me talking to my friend about how the TV goes up and down. When the volume on the TVs go up and down when the commercials come on.
Yep.
Is that just me or is that everybody?
I definitely know it's streaming. It's streaming. It's streaming for sure.
I noticed it.
It's on straight. He said that. He said on YouTube TV. He noticed he has YouTube TV. He noticed it happens on YouTube TV. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so I was talking to you before, and they passed a law 4 years ago saying it's illegal because they used to do that, but it was FTC FTC came in there and regulated where they're not allowed to change that. Now I don't know if that falls over to streaming services or not. So
Well, what's funny real quick? Let me just take it back a second. I don't know if people remember, because let's take it back even to 2000, whenever we started getting on Netflix, 2014, 15, whatever, right? Wasn't that about then? Netflix?
Hold on, no, Netflix. Oh, you talking about far as streaming wise?
Yeah, streaming like,
Yeah,
1450. Before that, it was like DVD rentals and
and
Redbox.
Redbox. Went from Redbox to Netflix,
Yeah, because I'm still hurt. I gotta fucking. Mitch came. I think it was like 2009. You came to me and were like, "Hey, bro, you need to look into this Netflix." And that's like you said, it was the time Redbox was out and something like that, and they just started doing that thing. And you were like, it's $1.65. And I was like, I really don't see that shit. I was like, you got Redbox and stuff like that. I don't know if Netflix is going to be able to fucking, overtake them and come and do that thing. And I fucking kick myself in the ass every time I hear that shit.
That shit's it's a crazy world, man. Who would ever thought we'd be there to this, to this, to this? I mean, when Netflix was so new. But so one of the things that's funny is if you remember with Netflix, anytime the music came on in something, it was so out of whack. It was like the words, and then the music would just be so loud, and like it would be so loud. If anybody was turn it down, when the music, when you couldn't hear the words. Right. And I used to always hear, and I heard there was like a setting you could do, but I never really, I was too lazy to really look into it. You put a setting that in Netflix that changed that. So when I first started hearing these commercials, I kind of thought it was the same thing, and I started realizing more and more and more in the last year of all the streaming services. It's funny, I get rid of Cops Cable because I'm like, I'm paying $210 a month for internet and this and all these, these bullshit cable channels that I don't even watch like that anymore. Like I don't watch HBO, like not the way we used to. It's like, oh, there's a show coming on at 10. I got to be home and watch it. I don't. I used to have all those channels, and now it's like I'm like thinking I'm saving money, and all of a sudden I look, and between me and Chris, I'm looking, and I'm like, man, we added it, and I like that because it keeps me in though. But we had a ton of freaking channels, and with those channels, it seems like, especially during the elections and then also in the middle of the night, if you just want the TV on, the stupid like Candy Crush game and shit and whatever else that commercial, those volumes just go through the roof. And then now I definitely notice it with all the political ads. And it's like every like 10 minutes, there's political ads left and right. And then they definitely bump up the volume. And it seems like it's a streaming thing. It seems like it's,
I think it's on the radio. It's everywhere.
No. And then let me add one other thing too. Let's take into the fact that I actually have Amazon Prime too. And so a lot of these commercials are based on your searching and buying habits. So it's interesting, you know what I mean? Like we're starting to get the whole AI thing of everything is being catered to you. So whatever they're showing, So, I mean, I know political is a whole nother story, but they're definitely, but as far as like some of these products they're showing, it's based on, sometimes what you stream, what you search. It's getting pretty crazy, man. And, like how far is that going to go and how personal are we going to get, especially, 5 years down the road, let's say, I don't know. Just
Well, it's just like, what was that movie with Will Smith? To Will Smith? No,
Wild Wild West?
No, not Will Smith. Tom Cruise, where he had to have his like eyes replaced.
Could have his eyes.
Top Gun.
No, it was like a futuristic, and they could like see the future.
Oh, you talking about? He ain't have his eyes replaced, but
yeah, he had to have surgery so that when they because there was
You're talking about
retina scanners.
Vin Diesel, Reddit.
no.
There was retina scanners. They'd scan his eyes.
Well, yeah, but they could see the future. It was one of them things where they were stopping crime from happening. Damn, what was that? What was that movie called? Yeah. Essentially, the theory is they would stop a crime from happening in the future.
Minority Report.
There you go.
But in that movie, he had to replace his eyes because when you walk into like a shopping center or a mall, it scanned your retina and then it would target advertise just to you. Like, Mr. Smith, welcome. We have this at this store at the mall. And so people walking in the mall, it would scan their eyes and then it would target personalized things. And if he would get scanned while he was walking in the mall, it would all of a sudden throw up red flags because they know he was
We
there.
already see this also, and I know we're jumping subjects a little bit. We already see this. I've been listening to different advice columns for like pricing when you're looking for stuff, when you're looking for hotels or airplane air flights and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't put your
Don't go to incognito mode.
Yeah, go in incognito mode. Don't put in your destinations. And so, message everybody out there: don't put in your destinations the first time if you're not buying. You're just checking prices because they'll remember that. And then the next time you go in to check prices, they'll up the prices from last time you checked. And you've probably already seen that because I've seen it. Oh, I remember the first time I checked the hotel was only $80. Now it's $129. What's changed in the last 4 days, And it's like they know now. So there's kind of almost surge pricing. And it's going to get that way, not only there, but it's going to get that way they're talking about in grocery stores. When we walk at different hours of the day, depending on how busy and what else is needed.
Well, they were talking about that at fast food places. They're going to have like surge pricing for like busy times of the day. The prices would go up a little bit.
That should be crazy. I mean, gas. Surge gas depends on what fucking block you on. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? Gas is like almost $1 cheaper in Tucson than it is.
That was. It was fucking hella crazy. You get the energy drink up there, bro. Yeah.
2C, baby.
2C energy drink. Yeah.
It ain't working tonight.
Oh, you got the energy free.
Oh shit. What else we got on this? I know y'all got a. I know this. This conspiracy. You got any good conspiracies for me?
No, I mean, we're talking about just the TV ads and shit. I mean, I just think that be prepared for AI even more and more and more on just all our moves on target ads.
I mean, they've been doing it with your cell phone for how often are you talking about something?
Yeah.
Hey man, I really want to go to Hawaii, and then the next day on your phone you're getting Hawaii ads on Facebook.
Okay, so can we at least sit there and go? When did we start talking about the urban legend on that? Like, wasn't it about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
It was about 10 years ago. Would you say 10 years ago?
When phones started getting smart.
Yeah, like 2012, 14, maybe 14.
You know, we'd see stuff. We'd be like, "Oh, I talked about that yesterday."
And then what did they do? What they do? They came out and said, "No, we don't. We don't do any of that."
Yeah.
And now that's not the case, right?
Yeah.
And it's been the way. Yeah. So the fact that they lie to us in that realm, why don't people have more open minds? Like, why don't you treat something like, prove to me you don't? You know what I mean? Like prove to me you're not full of shit. Prove to me you're not out for the money. Prove to me you're not out to take advantage of.
Well, because what you get you hooked on is it's like
I just think we're idiots.
Crack cocaine is bad for you, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna continuously fucking take it because you're addicted.
I'm not.
I mean, you got your phone. I mean, we all have our phones here.
We all done crack cocaine.
We all have our phones here, right?
Yeah.
And so if they told you, hey, Mitch, if you talk about Tahiti or wherever the fuck you going next into your phone, you're gonna start getting ads for it. You gonna stop using your phone?
I mean, probably not. No.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think it like for them it really even mattered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like their whole thing is, okay, we can come clean about it now. What they gonna do about it?
No, I get it, but I'm thinking from the people's standpoint. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me every single time, shame the fuck on you.
I just want to know, do like the pedophiles, like the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, does he have to worry about what he says are on his phone? Because all of a sudden he's scrolling and there's like little pictures of boys.
And then that song comes on. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I take her if she had one wish.
Hey, did you know that Taylor Swift used to be an Abercrombie and Fitch?
Really? Well,
really?
speaking of that, really quick, let's definitely circle back on this whole ex-CEO and the child trafficking or whatever, sex trafficking or whatever. Isn't it kind of weird though and ironic that Abercrombie and Fitch stores was that store that made you kind of uncomfortable when like
was that the
all the young kids, all the young kids,
the young kids with their shirts off.
yeah.
Was it Abercrombie and Fitch or was it the Balenciaga?
No, Balenciaga had some kids,
and kind of like
issues,
ads
and stuff.
Ads, right.
But we're talking about walking in the mall circa in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, you're walking by there because first of all, they'd spray the cologne like
all over the place.
like you couldn't even breathe going in the store.
And it looked like
they always had some young kids working there with their shirts off.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like guys with their shirts off, and then girls like I don't know what they wore, like bikini tops or something, or like I don't even know. I didn't even go in that damn store, but I walked by it, and it was just kind of like, because I always thought it was corny and uncomfortable, because you see these dudes that are like have to sit out there all day, like in a fucking pair of like what's it called, like swim trunks, and they're sitting out there just all day in the mall, and
it didn't fit.
It just looked weird, And again, it was Abercrombie and Fitch. It was back in the late '90s, early 2000s. Yeah. And it was kind of like a Notzima commercial, or what's I'm trying to think of the other I don't know. It was like a pre-Baywatch, like for I don't know I can't think of the teen shows, but it just reminds me of teens, something funny going on. But after 90210, because the ones in our era, maybe post Dawson's Creek even, I can't remember the show my daughter used to. Yeah, like the Hills and then Laguna Beach ish, but even younger. You know what I mean? And so it kind of makes sense that the CEO, is kind of involved. It doesn't surprise me again. And then the question I think again everybody's got to keep asking, man, is these are again. Do you really think these are one-offs? Like, do you really think all these things that are happening are one-offs? And then if they, and if you don't, then you gotta, I don't know, just open your mind. I'm not saying you gotta think about everything, and I know most people don't have the capacity to process this stuff with what they've been programmed. I get that. But man, just open your eyes, and open your mind that this stuff keeps happening.
Well, they just had a lawsuit against WWE and then McMahon and his wife and a couple other people about they covered up some, one of their ring announcers was, I guess, allegedly assaulting young boys. They called them ring boys back in the 80s and 90s. And now it actually came out back then a little bit, but back then they covered up a lot of stuff, just like the Catholic Church things, and they would cover it up, they'd sweep it. The guy was actually even fired, and then they brought him back, and part of his stipulation of coming back, he just had to stay away from the boys. And then from what I understand is he didn't, and it shit kept happening, and they turned a blind eye to it. And now it's coming out, there's like 5 or 6 kids from back then, they're now grown adults that are suing, saying that, WWE at the time and Vince McMahon and his wife, knowingly ignored their claims and allowed it to continue to happen. So, I mean, it seems like story after story of rich and powerful taking advantage of young, impressionable, either men or boys or girls,
Real quickly, speaking of boys or girls, I know you've seen the videos that have been making the rounds about the Big Papa video, right?
Oh yeah. So in the Big Papa video,
For Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls. So, and he was also in the
In the whoa, Cali?
in
the bed.
was also in the Craig Mike video too,
Yeah.
because that's why they said LL came out and he she. You know, he comes out. You know, when he first came out, I don't know.
The Flavor in Your Ear.
Flavor in Your Ear.
The Flavor in Your Ear remix. When LL comes out, he, she.
Yeah, and
Lotitious, skeevy, delicious.
yeah. And so right after that, Transition Woman came out after that, and then in the Big Papa video, Busta Rhymes was talking to her at the bar, and then Papa comes up, and then she was also in the bed.
Ain't that right, Blue? True.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
And she was in the bed, and then even they cut to when they went to the bathroom. Wasn't it the same girl, or was it a different girl that walked up?
Was she walking in the men's room?
Yeah. No, it was. It actually was.
Pissed at the urinal.
Yeah, pissed at the urinal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so now the question is, who knew about it?
Yeah,
who was part of it?
Yeah.
And again, this ain't knocking. This really has nothing to do with the gender of the person, truthfully, where they know. But again, we're talking about hip hop,
Right.
And we're talking about the '90s, and we're talking about that's a detail that, especially when you're painting an image for certain artists, that either did Diddy okay that? Did Biggie okay that? I mean, again, I'm not trying to be funny, but this happened. It's
Real quick, I'm gonna ask you guys a question because this has always bothered me.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between gender and sex?
Gender and sex. What? Saying if there's sex of a person. Oh, you talking about?
No, like the sex of a person and the gender of a person. Is that different? Is there a difference between it? Is gender just like an arbitrary thing, and then sex is like how you were physically born? Like I always struggle with the understanding of like the difference between gender and sex. Like sex, we know is like there's two sexes.
Right.
Well, I don't know the last time they used the word sex. That's like the '80s, '90s word.
Yeah.
And then gender's the new
Gender's
evolved
like
word.
yeah.
Evolved word.
And and they try to say it's like a fluid thing and it's constantly changing. And I'm like
gender kind of reminds me of when you go to a food place, you go to like a taco truck. Like, what kind of protein do you want?
Yeah.
For your taco. It's kind of like gender. That's how I look at it.
No.
I mean,
You're right. I think you hit it. Sex for me is how you were born.
yeah, what reproductive organs.
Yeah, right. And then gender was, I guess, how you identify. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough, man. These days, it's because it's like a double standard on things. It's like, how come you can people say, how come I can identify as a man or a woman or whatever I identify as, but I can't identify as a dog or a cat, or I can't identify as a car. I can't identify as being 21 years old. I can't identify as a black man. Like, why? If it's fluid and it's arbitrary and it's how I feel.
Right.
Because I didn't even say it.
And I don't have anything. Here's the funny thing: is like I don't care what anybody else does in their own life, or what they want to believe, or how they want to feel about themselves. But why make me get involved with the charade?
Because it's an agenda. It's an agenda being pushed. Otherwise, people would just people.
Because that's always the one I always say is like, well, what if I want to like. Growing up, there was a lot of white kids that loved like rap and hip hop, and they had certain terms for those kids that I think were derogatory still. But what if the kid was like, man, I really want to be black. I feel like I'm black. I identify with the black culture and the black music. Why can't he be black?
Because he wasn't born back. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm born with a penis, but I can come out tomorrow and say, hey, I identify as a woman, and everybody socially accepts that. But they don't accept it socially. And here's the thing. I think you can more identify with a culture or a race than you can with maybe the opposite sex. Like, just knowing me growing up, and I know Mitch grew up, we were into the hip hop culture. We were into, sports and rap music and a lot of things that identify with, urban. I'll just say urban. Like I identified more with that than I did with like rock music and like preppy music. Like I identified.
But then it still goes back to your sex, how you were born.
Yeah.
I mean, you can,
because nobody's pushing the hip hop. Well, the hip hop agenda has been given to us.
Yeah.
We can talk about the hip hop agenda.
Well, no.
But
He was talking about.
No. I get it. I totally get it. What I'm saying is that Unfortunately, again, my opinion, allegedly, I'm going to cover words on this, is there's an agenda for this. There's definitely an agenda. There's an agenda for almost everything that either is control or money or honestly to pull away from God.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not knocking anybody and what they are, but that doesn't mean that everything should be brought on to the masses and to children and to everything else. And that you're seeing it happening at astronomical rates. Even you know what I'm proud of? I'm proud of the people that are trans or that are whatever they choose to be, truthfully. Yeah. And they go and they stand out and go, you know what? That's my choice.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see kids do that. I've seen people step up for that and go, just because I chose to do this, what's it called? I don't want to see other kids be introduced to this at a young age. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like we're talking about yourself. Take responsibility for yourself. Cool. And I don't know that people really have issues with that stuff, not in this day and age. But it's when you get one of the programmers at Disney sitting there laughing on a video saying, they told me I could do whatever I wanted. So anytime I wanted, I would promote homosexuality. Yeah. More so than the ratio of what it is in real life.
Well, they said there's been an increase in...
Well, just look at Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Look at Love and Hip Hop. Like, and again, it's so corny because, again, growing up, I'll just say this, growing up in the Bay Area, growing up when I did, getting in fights, like physical fights all the time over the tape player at a party because someone wanted to continue to play Guns N' Roses and we were playing Too Short, NWA, Mac Dre, whatever else, and we literally got in fights and the whole party was ruined. I mean, people almost got killed many times over this shit. And that was in other cities because our city was all, I mean, at the time was all hip hop and rap, whatever. But it's like to see that shit change and then to see these agendas being pushed. And it's not just from, but you see the hip hop agenda. You see the other, it's all the destruction of the person. And I hate to be that way, but it's to get them away from, again, God. And I know people get all angry, but again, this isn't man-made religion. This is different. We're talking God, and that could be, in your eyes, that could be the power source. That could be, the creator. That could be, your energy, whatever. Okay. But I know what it is to me. And I know, I know, in my opinion, again, you take Sodom and Gomorrah, you take Babylon, and you take the places that in the storybooks, whether it be from Ethiopia or whether it be from the Bible, and, God crushes those civilizations because of some of the shit. And it seems like the people that are still around, that the bloodlines that still survive somehow, and I think people can put two and two together, and I will speak on it some other time, push that agenda. And they're finally getting away. It takes centuries and centuries and centuries because this world was Christian, heavy Christian, and they had to erode that by laws and by coming up with changing, school books and textbooks and ideals and voting and all this other shit to get to a point where it's almost erased and it's going to be, it's like a quick shift to the opposite. It's like the opposite is being accepted. The opposite is spoken to the point where you can't wear a Jesus shirt in a Minnesota mall. They tell the guy to leave. I mean, it's getting to places we never thought, whether you believed or not. And it's, in my opinion, it started with taking God out of schools. Yeah. When you take God out of schools, I mean, it's funny. Nobody has a problem with God we trust on the money. Nobody has a problem with swearing on the Bible. but as soon as the agenda was, they give you the idea, they put it in your head, plant the seed, water it, and then all of a sudden you got all these smarter than they really are people going, that's right, we got to get God out of schools. We got to get out of schools because my kid isn't going to learn that. But the same people are sitting there going, they need to learn gender fluidity and they need to learn this. And now it's gotten to the point where even those people, I watch it, don't like where this is going, but don't speak that loud because they kind of were positioned for this. And now they're sitting there going, the whole thing I got because the whole time I was supporting all this stuff, it steamrolled even faster than I was ready for.
Well, and you can't even have, like these day and age, you can't have a difference of you can't be not understanding or just say, hey, I don't get it. Yeah. You're seen as anti, whatever whatever the situation is. You can say, hey, I don't understand it. I don't know it. To me, it's black and white. There's no gray area. Yeah. And to you, maybe there's a gray area. And then it's well, if you don't see it the way I see it, then you're this.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this again. I've said this before. I'm going to use this example. And this is going to cover all sides. I don't care what side you're on. Left, right, white, black, yellow, purple, green. When the girl from Full House, I forget what her name is, paid the $500,000 allegedly to get her daughters advanced to USC, right?
Right.
Okay. certain people came out of the woodwork, privilege, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Okay, get it. Okay, and on another side, you got behind closed doors, LeBron James, who gets his son, because of who his son is, gets him to get drafted over somebody else, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great business move. I'm not knocking it. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I know people that didn't like one or the other, but did everything for their kid behind closed doors.
Oh, yeah.
And then pick based on a political or another agenda, not on the reality of life or being truthfully honest. Because again, that's the same thing. It's like everybody wants to convict somebody else, but they do the shit in their own way behind closed doors.
How
and
many
the
times
morality goes out the fucking window.
Fathers hire their sons to come work for a company they
Without a doubt.
I mean, nepotism has gone back thousands of years.
No.
I mean, there's, of course, I mean, Martha Stewart, got fucking went to jail on a hookup.
But that was also, at least in my opinion, I think that was also a scapegoat for what was going to happen when everything crashed. They made it look like they were really policing the shit because we sit in circles and go, why would they arrest her? We don't have a problem with that. It's Martha Stewart, whatever. It's not even a big deal. And really, even the rules of how she did it, if you know the story, it wasn't even really anything really, nothing the politicians didn't do tenfold over. And she had to do prison time for it. And one, it keeps everybody else in line, one. Two, it made people go, wow, the stock market is really regulated. And guess what happened in the next couple of years? It crashed and all the people that had their money in the stock market, lost everything, in that first, real big crash. Mm-hmm. It seems like they, and again, I'm jumping all over, but it seems like they use these waves to wipe people's generational money out, and they're starting to get to the end because guess what? These next generations don't save money like the last 30 years, 40 years.
I will tell you, for the economy not being as strong as it seems, the market's gone through the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at my investments, I'm like...
but again...
but at some time,
when
it's
you
like...
cash out.
Yeah, well, I can't... Here's where they get you to, and this is the bullshit.
Out the taxes.
So here's the thing. If you put it into a 401k or an IRA, you can't cash out.
No, exactly.
I guess you could convert it into cash on some, but on a lot of 401ks, it has to be in some type of fund.
And you're going to pay a penalty.
And you can't pull out
until you get to 65.
Yeah, you can't pull out. You can't pull your money out. So it has to stay in something. Well, if the whole market's going down, no matter what you're in, you're most likely, especially in like a lot of these cookie cutter 401ks, where it's like you get these 20 funds, put your money in which one you want. Well, when the market's going down, all 20 of them are pretty much going down. Mm-hmm. So you're losing money. You don't have a way to say, hey, I foresee the market's going to dip in the next 6 months. I want to pull all my money out and put it in a reserve or anything. Like, that's not even an option in a lot of these. Or you're going to pay a penalty. Like
Exactly. I mean,
and that's all they get you. It's like, oh, just put your money in. Yeah, you'll see it go up. And then we'll just wipe it out whenever we want.
And then again, sorry to jump that, but again, in my true opinion, that was done to just create this safety net that they really checks and balances shit. And that they'll throw anybody under the bus for it, when in reality, we know that they don't for the people with any kind of pull. Some people have to take one for the team so everybody else can maneuver.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and then guess what they do? They reward you later. And it can be on two extremes. It can be Oliver North. Why would we ever let a convicted criminal start, being on, I mean, for Iran-Contra, have shows on TV and stuff, and then do guest appearances.
Well, over time,
Judge Clarence Thomas, all I'm saying is, people that got in trouble that jumped on the grenade for a bigger cause, they get rewarded later. Martha Stewart, look, as soon as she got back, she's the hottest thing on fucking TV.
Right.
Well, look, I mean, you talked about Clarence Thomas. Yeah. It just came out that he's been accepting gifts and things this whole time, and nobody even makes a bit. He's on the Supreme Court, and he's been accepting gifts and going on these lavish vacations and all this stuff, and it's like swept under. Oh, who cares? He's
part of this. I'll just say this, man. Here's what's funny. If we really want to be honest, a lot of people making this big deal about the haves, have-nots, and trying to, all this stuff, they have never been in those positions, so they want to be in those positions. If they're in those positions, they would do the same shit they're bitching about. That's human fucking nature. They'd hide it, they'd lie, cheat, and steal to protect their own fucking ass and their ass.
I know anybody, let's say anybody listening, if you had $10,000 just sitting in cash in a bank, and you're walking down the street, and the guy in front of you is on the phone, and he's like, oh, blah, blah, company. Oh, yeah, I work there. Yeah, we're going, we got this new thing coming out next week. The stock's going to go through the roof. Technically, that's insider trading. Mm-hmm. But if you heard that and you're like, oh, shit, I got 10 grand. The stock's $1, and this guy's telling me it's going to go up to $50 in 2 weeks because this thing's going to revolutionize medical industry. Mm-hmm. And you decide to invest, and then it goes up 20 times. Are you going to be like, oh, I can't accept this money because I overheard an insider tip? Are you going to police yourself and be like, no, I can't do it. I better not invest because I heard something. You're going to be like, fuck, how much more money can I get to put in this thing? This thing's really going to blow, you know?
That motherfucker, that's like I said. It's a hookup. It's a hookup.
Yeah.
All right, man. We come to the end of the show. You know how we do it. Nope.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll go first.
All right, here we go.
My thought of the day, you know, it's that time of the year, the political shit.
No. I ain't talking about that.
No,
Talking
I'm
about
just
the-
going to say this.
Talking about these fucking holidays, but go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
the
Don't get me
political
started.
shit, you got the election coming up, and it's just like every time the election comes up, there's always like these hot button topics that people seem to care about. And for some reason, at this point in the election, they're talking about abortion being one of the hot button topics. And I look at, you talk about abortion, first of all, 50% of the population doesn't have anything to do with it. They can never have an abortion. Males can never have an abortion. We can't get pregnant. Secondly, there's only a certain age group that's even going to qualify to have abortion, because after you get over a certain age, you're not getting pregnant anymore. And before a certain age, you're not getting pregnant. So there's only you're talking a certain slice of the whole population that this could even affect. And it becomes such a hot button issue, and people scream and yell and argue with each other about whether it should be legal or not. When for 85, 90% of the people in the world, they'll never be affected by it. It has nothing to do with them, or they won't be part of it.
Well, I wouldn't
like-
say they wouldn't be affected by it because, you know, if you abort a child, then like your grandparents, you know, the parents are affected by it.
But I'm saying as far as an abortion goes,
I mean, having the actual procedure,
Yeah.
you're 1,000% correct.
like I don't know exact number of how many abortions, but I'm guessing it's a low number of the total population. A very, very, probably less than 1% of the total population, because you have to talk about men and women actually have an abortion. And we're making it such a hot, like people are like screaming and hating each other. And again, it's dividing for an issue that really is not going to affect more than maybe less than 1%.
Can we say this? It's kind of, I'm going to double back on what we were saying. It's the same theme everywhere. It's a spirituality battle from people that believe in that against people that don't.
Yeah.
And again, but the statistics and most of the data and most of the commercials are from the people that don't or want you to believe another way.
And
That's
here's
all
the
I'm
thing
saying.
I'll say.
I'll just say one more thing, because I don't want people to go, this person's, obviously I have my beliefs, I'm pro-life, but in the same token, I'm also for pro-choice and deal with the consequences in this life or the next. You know what I mean? But be educated about it. That's all I'm going to say.
My whole thing is I am.
So you're pro-life, but I mean, I'll go down this rabbit hole with you. So you're saying
You're going to say if someone gets raped on one occasion that this, I mean,
not on one occasion. Not on one occasion.
Why is it the only question?
Well,
I mean,
not
it's
on one
always the
occasion.
same.
Not on one occasion.
You've asked me this question before, by the way.
No, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to.
Yeah, we have talked about
Mitch,
it.
because I know you feel this
because
way.
because it hits home for me, so that's why.
Mitch, and I'll go to
That's why I'm really
I'll go to the grave with this one, because me and you feel the same way. I think it's everybody's personal choice what they do with their body.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
100%.
okay, so why is it okay if you're saying that is, so why is it even a topic? Why are we
Because
even
they're
fuck-
making it a topic.
But why are we even fucking with it? That's what I'm saying.
Because the people that want to go against any kind, like they want to make sure that people are so fed up with the, again, this why would the Rockefellers put shit in the school books? Why would they change the medicine books? It's the same fucking things. It's creating a different morality. It's one thing to have your own choice. It's another thing to sit there and start getting so upset by what other people fill you with. When again, like Nick said, the percentages. I mean, the commercials always say the doctor can't do this for them, and that's, you know, whatever, and I'm going to lose my job as a doctor. But they don't do that for COVID. They never talk about the shit. It's a select topic, and it's a
I was gonna say
spirituality
that.
topic.
That's what I was going to say. It's
Yeah.
like if they forced the jab on people. Like literally, like you lose your job, you lose your career if you don't get this jab.
I mean,
Put-
look at New
put
York City.
chemicals
New
in
York
your body
City,
that
this
are unproven.
But let me just say one more thing too. They made this stupid rule during COVID that people had to die by themselves, and more people did that than this abortion shit we're hearing about. As far as like these commercials going, and they have to be there by themselves, bleeding. That's what the commercial says. But nobody addressed it. The same people are push that they wanted these rules, and that's what's freaking crazy. It's like people died by themselves lonely with COVID. and no one could go see them. First of all, let me ask you this: if your family, man, I don't want to put anybody's name out there because I don't want to put that karma out there. But your family members in there dying from COVID, you're gonna listen to the doctor? You can't go see them when they die.
Oh no,
No, exactly. I'm gonna kill the whole fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you're not gonna tell me that shit. But people are bitches, and they fucking bow down to the shit, and they did. They said, okay, well, my father's in there, and he's got to die by himself. But guess what? The same fucking people go, don't leave your cat or dog, because that's the last thing they'll see is your face. And don't be a coward and don't do that. It's fucking bullshit, bro. Like it's programming to the finest, and we got to be above the programming.
So my whole point to this is, whether you're pro-choice or pro-life, it's your belief. And just like you're not going to tell someone else what to believe in religious-wise or personally or gender-wise, why is it okay? And maybe you think it's murder. That's fine. That's your belief. But why are we pushing people's beliefs on other people, especially like a situation like this?
Listen, I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. You guys know where I fought, fell on the COVID thing. Like I said.
Yeah, it ruined the relationship for you.
Yeah. Straight up. Well, fuck it was more.
One of many things.
More than that. But yeah.
That was one of the dividing parts.
But that's what I'm saying is Mitch, you do scream the same people that were screaming "My Body, My Choice" back then can't have it both ways. Weren't having it both ways. And I totally agree with you on that.
I called it
because
before it happened. Too.
I totally agree with you because that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel like I'm on the right side of it because I feel I was on the right side of fucking history when it came to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think everybody at this table.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, so I agree. I totally agree with you when you say motherfuckers can't have it one way and then scream another way.
Here's the toughest part: we're having people take it so personal on things that shouldn't be shared. Yeah. I mean, first of all, like what you do, like for example, how you have sex in your bedroom, unless you want to, whatever is up to you, and it shouldn't even affect me whatsoever, and I shouldn't have an opinion about it. No. Well, technically, the same thing with abortions, technically. If you're gonna ask me how I feel, I'm gonna take a stance and never back down on that shit and tell you how I feel, and I'm gonna tell you the bullshit that I feel, but I'm not gonna go lecture any one person that's ever done it. And I'll tell you this: what's ironic is you can tell in some of the girls who have had abortions that have never said a word because they get so fucking you see a commercial, and I'm not saying this because I've seen it over the years. Just you could just tell who's affected by some of this shit. And again, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, and different. I'm saying you can just tell. You can sense an energy when that topic comes up and certain people. But one other thing I just want to say is, I brought this up the other day because me and Chris watch, and this has nothing to do with it. We're not on differences on the shit. But I'll start popping off of these commercials because I see them every 10 minutes, and it's always the abortion one. It's always the abortion one.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's always flamefully talked about. And then the people are sitting there going, I'll just say this: it's a very, very emotional commercial that you have to see like 5 times in the hour, and for the last month. And with that said, then we watch the program, and we're watching Sons of Anarchy, right? And the sheriff's wife dies, and she has a baby that's 7 weeks old, right? And so I set a point real quick. I go, see all these commercials again. Everybody has the right to do what they want to do, in my opinion, but the same people that sit there and go, I'm going to abort this baby, sit there and watch a TV show and go, and she was pregnant and the baby died. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everybody wants to get out of jail card when you fuck up and make a mistake. They don't want to be held accountable. That's why they just don't. They'll again, it's funny. It's funny how many people will go through life, and then when they realize this life is deeper than they could have ever fucking imagined, there's more else to it, they'll be begging for fucking another chance at shit. Or begging for that. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody, but just know it's, in my opinion, it's way, way, way deeper, and life's part of a process. All we can do is learn from our mistakes, grow, and have a good energy. And I'm adding, that's my thought of the day.
That's all I'm saying.
Paul, quick thought of the day?
Quick thought of the day. We're going to come back on next week. We're going to find out if Gilbert Pizza is good or not.
It's good.
All right, 210, we out, baby. Later.